It's in Banjul, Gambia, the congregation venue for the summit. The summit kicks off. Being the first day of the summit, the most important event of the day is the official opening of the summit. Key participants are the 50 heads of state. Security at the venue is very tight. Comrade Ngobile Malusi waited in a line to be cleared. His turn finally comes.
Sir, you have a needle. That's not allowed into the hall.
This is ridiculous. It's just a needle.
Rules are rules, sir. But all right, you're cleared to go in.
In the meantime, in a flashback, more details about Comrade Ngobile Malusi are divulged. Comrade Malusi is having lunch with his visitor at Chamanuka restaurant in downtown Harare. It's about 1:30 p.m. The restaurant is empty except for the two, Comrade Malusi and his visitor. The Zimbabweans did not eat in hotels anymore unless as now someone else was footing the bill. Their economy had crushed. Lunch was the visitor's idea. There was a subject he wanted to discuss, he had told Malusi. His name is Tad Longway, a director of special projects at AGDA Agency for Governance and Development in Africa. The leader of Zimbabwe and Comrade Malusi had fought Smith side by side for years, and that is why he used to call him Comrade. Then Zimbabwe got her independence. A new national anthem was sung, in English, "Blessed be the land of Zimbabwe," then in Shona, the language of Zimbabwe's largest ethnic group, Simudzai Mureza we Zimbabwe. In Ndebele, Malusi's mother tongue, Kalibusiswailizwe la Zimbabwe. The national motto was unity, freedom and work. After all these, the new ruler did not appoint Comrade Malusi a minister after fighting for Zimbabwe together. The ruler, a Shona, threw Malusi, a Ndebele, out of government, and he now deemed Malusi an opponent. The leader of Malusi's group was sacked. When these news hit southern Zimbabwe where the Ndebele live, anti-government riots erupted. People went on a rampage and attacked every government supporter foolish enough to come into their sight. Retribution against them followed. There swooped in the area the 5th Brigade, better known as Gukuruhundi, a Shona word for year's rainstorm that washes chaff off the field so that soil tilling could start. It washed off the Ndebele insurgents like chaff. All this happened while Malusi was still at work, in a business office downtown Bulawayo, the capital of Ndebele. Comrade Malusi's wife Zaliza was one of those killed in the government's execution. The ruler, a Shona, could not trust anybody away from his Shona tribesmen. To him, all Ndebeles, Malusi included, had become rivals. The man had changed, according to Malusi, because he wanted to be life president. Meanwhile, Comrade Malusi took the visitor to Maponda restaurant at the northern edge of Harare, for he had asked for traditional food. Malusi initiated an opposition group, the New Independence Party, NIP, and ran for president just to irritate the ruler. The ruler got 99% of the votes while Malusi and all other candidates shared the 1% in the elections. Elections had been preceded by a drought, the worst of the time until the ruler declared it a national disaster. Moreover, the international community clamped on Zimbabwe a program called Structural Adjustment Program, SAP. With this, they knew the ruler would flop, for everything spelt defeat, so his win was through rigging elections. Opposition leaders refused to unite and fight the common enemy. When they all lost, for half an hour they needed to declare that elections were a sham. They had to come together. Joint condemnation of the bungled elections led to disaffection. So Malusi went back to his business. Inflation eroded incomes. Malusi relocated to a slum in a poor part of Harare. Then came Murambatsvina, a Shona word for trash. Bulldozers went from one slum to the next, evicting residents by tearing their homes to the ground. All, including Comrade Malusi, were expelled without notice. Murambatsvina's real aim to the ruler was to prevent disease and crime. Instead, disease and crime increased. It is true the main aim was to punish the urban poor for supporting opposition parties.
Tad Longway cleared the hotel bill and reached out to his side pocket for another stack of American dollars and handed it to Comrade Malusi. Thereafter, he handed a document titled Path Alpha to him and told him that it contained the subject matter he wanted them to discuss, that is, mobilizing discontent with Africa in its present state into will to change it. Tad Longway asks Comrade Malusi if he would join the movement.